people are set in their ways, and they have a certain way of thinking. And evolution is always easier than revolution. But every now and again, a revolution happens. The internet was a revolution.
I guess to redo Satoshi's proof of work paradigm. So there are many, many new innovations in blockchain ecosystem and blockchains. But we are more, our main task is first to do correctly or more optimally Satoshi's work.
Tesla produces bad numbers, the stock drops. You have to wait till the next earnings before the stock likely starts rolling back up again. Mm-hmm. And the best thing about Bitcoin, nobody runs Bitcoin.
Right. I wasn't, and I'm still not taking it lightly to invent another coin. This is where the importance of community comes in. I wasn't very comfortable with pushing, selling coins. We didn't do any ICO, we didn't do any pre-mine, among other reasons for that reason. It needs to be a community project. Payment transfers, value transfers should be between miners and users, which is very important. But more important is the cost of a transaction to the system. This is the main trade-off, not how much the user pays, rather how much burden does a user transaction impose on the system. Right? So you can call your system feeless, okay, and say we have 0 fees, but the question is not how much users pay, but how much cost their transactions impose. And in that respect, I think there are low-hanging fruits, but they're not trustless.
So this was a line of research that started in Israel under two people, Avi Zohar and Yonatan Samopinski.
What year did that come out?
And the first paper was called Ghost, and it came out in 2013. And actually, we included Ghost, a version of it, in the Ethereum protocol. Mm-hmm. So later on, what they did is they built up the theory, they built up the rigor, and they created a new version of the protocol called Spectre, which came out in 2016.
Right.
And they've been since iterating. There's a great line of work from Avi Zohar and Yonatan Samopinski on directed acyclic graphs, where they started with proof of work in something called Ghost, all the way down to Spectre, down to Phantom. So there's like a series of papers that they wrote. And the basic concept was that in proof of work, if you shrink the block interval, you get faster block times, but you increase the probability of orphan blocks. So ordinary Bitcoin rule is, well, if you have an orphan block, you have a race condition, whichever one you build on top of, that's the chain you go with, you throw away the orphan block. So you lose all that work. With Ghost and Spectre and Phantom, you just throw it on to the chain. You include all of them as long as there's not a double spend, and if there is, there's a way of mitigating that within the protocol. If you follow the protocol and everybody's honest, it's very fast. You get a huge speed improvement.
I would really wish for the community to start opening our perspective, to let the membrane of our community expand and be more fluid and let things in and out. Are you able to implement a free, decentralized, competitive layer of mining that works like Bitcoin with internet speed? We have our own village, but there is a phase which we should pass, which is, starting integrating with a broader crypto community. I see us going full force on the whole algo trading MEV problem in crypto. The more vacuum that true decentralization enables, the more people feel that there's a true need for them to come up and contribute. The main metric that I prefer using is the speed of the block rate. Internet speed of a proof of work system. DAG is not a solution at all. DAG is a problem. It's just the right way of forming the problem. I think the problem is more interesting. You should grind on the problem. Am I trying to solve something that I prove that is impossible? Whether we will achieve my dream of 100 watts per second, you'll need to compromise. You need to give up on something. And now ask yourself, does it smell right? Do they promise too much? I know the people that have spoken, with Satoshi and engaged with him. These are really, serious cypherpunks. I personally know dozens of people who are much more Satoshi than me. Okay, this is exactly what Satoshi would have said. I envision the parallelism of Solana designed with the zero-knowledge rollups implemented on Ethereum. You bake them together into KASPA. both in terms of actual features and in terms of culture. I would really wish for the community to start like opening our, perspective. I think that's probably my biggest wish for KASPA community. I mainly see the collaborations coming rather than mentioning something specific.